and welcome back to another video. This time even more 49p Gamestation pickups. So the manager of my local Gamestation store told me they would be getting some more games in from any stores that weren't able to sell them, and I didn't really believe him, and I happened to pop in and he wasn't lying. So I managed to grab myself a big bag full once again. I think there's about 14 games, which if anyone's good with a calculator, is about £7. So most of them are PS1 games, most of them are driving games, so there's nothing too exciting, but I have played all of them and I'm really pleased with every single game I've managed to pick up. So let's have a look what we've got. So the first game I picked up is Le Mans 24 Hour, and this is an enjoyable racing game. You have to really, give it some gas. You can't hang about. There's no braking on the corners or messing about. This is a man's racing game. I've enjoyed my time with it so far. It may have been brief, but it was certainly a lot of fun. So 49p, I'm not going to complain. So let's stick that there. And the next one is possibly one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a game. And it is Thrasher presents Skate and Destroy, and basically it's got a lot of classic hip hop type rap tunes, like White Lines and that kind of business. And I really started to get into this. The way that the skating works, the way the controls work, it's a lot more realistic than Tony Hawk's. It's almost like a predecessor to the Skate series by EA. But really pleased to find this one. Definitely going to be playing it a lot more. The soundtrack just keeps you addicted to playing it. You end up sitting on it for an hour because you just listen to the music while playing, which not a bad thing. So the next game I picked up, never heard of this one before, but I actually really like it, and it's a link-up game, and it's Total Driving. I'm definitely looking at finding more link-up games. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I really like to link up two 21-inch Trinitrons and two PS1s, a bit of Ridge Racer or Demolition Derby action. And this Total Driving game, interestingly enough, is developed by the same company that did Le Mans 24 Hour, and they do share some similarities, but both excellent games, and again, a lot of fun. I really like it. I've got a thing for PS1 racing games. It's an era when they were trying to first getting into 3D graphics and all that kind of business, and a lot of the games were, there's a lot of humour to them if you can look past some of the bad gameplay designs, but I really like them. I like good driving games. So anyway, I'll shut up rambling and go on to the next one, which is Sled Storm. Another cracking game. Really interesting. Obviously it's snowmobile racing, or perhaps not obviously. I don't know, but really good game, pretty decent music, cool stunt system, nice graphics for a PS1 game. Yeah, again, pleased with that one. So next we go, and we've got a game that I picked up the first in the series a couple of weeks ago in the Gamestation sale, and this time it's Conor Rally 2.0, which in my opinion is the best rally game ever made. So a lot of fun in, let me get this correct, it's the alternative play and championship mode. It's just brilliant. Every person, has a go on the stage in their car, and any damages get took off, they have to repair them or whatever else, and it's so competitive and so much fun that truly is something special. And another thing about these driving games, it's an era when a lot of the games you didn't have to be, ultra concentrated, or it's not ultra realistic. You could late brake and you get away with it. So it's fun for everyone. But anyway, so moving away from driving games, and this one I love it for all the wrong reasons, but I love it. And it's called Maximum Force, and it was released by Midway. It was probably an arcade machine in the mid-90s. I have no idea. I was surprised it didn't have G-Con support, because it's obviously a light gun game. It doesn't come with instructions, but this is definitely a 4-pointer in the making. Like a lot of these games, but this is just classic. When you shoot the enemies, they just explode into like a mist of blood, and it's just amusing. So that was that one. Next up is a Formula 1 97. Unfortunately, this isn't link up because they had loads of copies of it. The other ones were platinum ones, and the discs were perhaps less scratched than the platinum ones. But this one came with, pardon me, Radical Games Psygnosis demo disc, which has got a few quality games on. And aside from a pretty scratched main game disc, it's in nice condition. So definitely more. They went for a lot more realism in the 97 release. This was the one after the original F1, and I remember the original F1. You know, like I just said about these old driving games, you could just late brake and get away with it. That was fine with that sort of antics, but this one, you couldn't get away with that so much. So again, you know, 49p. It's a no-brainer. You got to get them if you see them, if they're decent. I mean, don't get me wrong. I left a lot of stuff there that was all right, but I just didn't want it. You know, mainly trying to pick up stuff I want to play. So the next one, and I've got the Xbox 360 reboot of this game, or remake, or however you want to look at it, and it's Hydro Thunder. And this is awesome because when I was playing it, I was like, oh my god, those tracks on the 360 version, these are just like, they are remakes of this game, and they truly are. And this is a lot of fun, great racing game, really difficult to get first place. But totally worth sticking at, and had a pretty good session on this, got through quite a few of the tracks, and yeah, really impressed. Now, next game, I originally owned this when I first picked up a Sega Saturn, and I thought the game was terrible, but I've always thought, ever since I got back into these older games, that I'd really like to find this game, and it's not rare or anything like that, but I've never come across it, but I found it at the 49p sale. It was High Octane, and it's by Bullfrog, and it's on the Magic Carpet engine, and it's a racing game that unfortunately came out a couple of weeks after Wipeout, and in comparison it does pale, but I still really like it. You know, it's the big time underdog. I like the Magic Carpet engine, and I'm dying to get a Magic Carpet now. It's just the way the graphics in the background as you're racing, how they come together, how they try to eliminate pop-up. It all comes up in little, like, I don't know, pixelated squares. It just looks cool. It's a cool effect, and I really like this game. I think it's awesome. So yeah, I'm really pleased to find that. So the next game, and moving away from racing briefly, is Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. I've got the original one, and that's pretty decent, but it's not quite as I remember. And so I'm wondering, having still not played this, if this is the actual one that I used to own, because on the original it's not too obvious, you know, when you're in how to activate Rumble mode, but I'm pretty sure in the sequel you just press a button and it's activated, and it's a lot more effective. But I may well be mistaken, that could just be all in my brain, or mine, I don't know. So, getting back onto the racing, and another game that I picked up, the sequel to this one, the other week at Gamestation sale, and this time I picked up the original, which is the V-Rally 97 Championship Edition. Now, I have played this, and when I originally picked up a PlayStation, when I traded my Sega Saturn for it, I was getting withdrawals from Sega Rally, and then this game came out. And so I picked it up, and it done the job, and it was really decent, but going back and playing it now, you can see why people think the sequel was so superior, because it certainly was a bit, you know, less twitchy on the handling. This is insane, but still, as far as nostalgia goes, I'm really pleased to pick this back up. So the last PS1 game in here, in the Gamestation sale, is actually the first game I've ever picked up that I'll be able to use Link Up, and it's another copy of Topper 2 Touring Cars. Don't really need to say too much about this game. I've already done a 4 points on it. Brilliant. Best touring car game ever made, in my opinion, or just facts, whichever way you want to look at it. But it's complete, it's not in too bad a condition, and I've ordered my link cable, and I just need to find myself another Sony Trinitron or equivalent television, and can finally link up and have some proper touring car championship action, which should be a lot of fun. So that's two things. The first one is a PlayStation 2 game. I was quite surprised to see it in the 49p sale, because on eBay, etc, it generally fetches a little bit more than that. And I have owned it in the past, but I can't really remember what it was like to play, but it's Fantavision. And I remember it involved fireworks, not a lot else, and it was quite trippy and all that business. So I'm definitely going to have to look into sticking this on. at some point, and it's in really nice condition. And yeah, don't really know what to say about that other than it looks completely mental. So the very last thing from the Gamestation 49p sale was actually a sealed copy of Tiger Woods' PGA Tour 2005. And the only reason I bought this is because I felt sorry for it. I just feel sorry for it, that for 7 years this bad boy has just stayed sealed. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted you, Tiger. And you know, I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to keep it sealed because this is such a common game. Why would I unseal this to play it? I might just buy a copy somewhere else. So that's it from the Gamestation sale. Who knows if there's going to be any more games? I don't know. There's people speculating about all kinds of business, but we shall see. And if there is, I'm sure to find some more. So I thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll upload some more videos soon.